As a veteran, small business owner, what can we do for you?
What we can all do for all veteran business owners is promote each other.
My main mission was to look at tools of technology to leverage small business and give them more of a competitive advantage.
My mission for Veteran Bargains is very simple: to help vets.
That story in itself, to run for Vista City Council, is a journey.
I think this is an opportunity to really collaborate with those gone before us.
It's really kind of a labor of love.
And now your host.
Happy Friday. How's everyone doing today? Thank you for joining us once again for this Veterans Radio Show. I'm Laura Torres, your host for today. And today is a very special event. We're doing a March recap, thanks to you and brought to you by Pillar Solutions. I'm also joined here by the rest of the team, the production team. So I'm gonna ask him to come on over and say hello, wave, and here is my Jimmy and Joe. There. Thank you so much for being here with us today. And so, without we enjoyed March, and we had a really tremendous list of guests that visited us during the March Veterans Radio Show, and alongside with my co-host Shelly, we were able to meet authors Brett Cooper and Evan Serigand. So, Joe, what was the big takeaway that you can think of this particular segment? It was a very interesting segment, solving the people problem, building better relationships. I really, really enjoyed this particular segment on April 5th.
Yeah, yes, me too. I like their approach because in business, one of the main challenges is communicating with people, or communication between people, whether it's managers to employees or employees to employees. So their approach is they brought us a tremendous set of skills that people in business can take advantage of that. So their interview was totally great. I really liked it.
Absolutely, and I really enjoyed, just being able to really focus on the fact that the relationships is what really moves you, whether you are in business, work, personal, everything. It's all about that relationship, those key relationships in your life. What about you, Michael? We're going to put you on the spot. What about you? And behind the scenes, you get to listen to all the great discussions from all these experts. But in your view, what was the biggest takeaway on your personal perspective?
I have to say that, even if you're not a veteran, the amount of guests that we have that are supporting the veteran community is just, it's blowing my mind, because their dedication and supporting veterans is authentic. And so I definitely, appreciate that, Brett and Evans, I know that one of them served, but still, when they don't, their connection to the military is very strong. And so I appreciate that all our guests that come on the show, they're not here trying to sell something or trying to, just to increase whatever they're doing. They're actually providing something to the community. And so I really appreciate most of our guests to come on here, because they're pretty amazing. So, and we have an amazing community, so we need advocates for the veteran community. So.
And then this particular month of March, Jimmy took on the huge task of also being part of the co-producer behind the scenes and learning this new step of managing the show behind the scenes. What has your experience been like for you, Jimmy? I'm now putting you on the spot, leading behind the scenes as well as listening to all these great guests that we had, and particularly to Evan and the people relations.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Laura, for bringing me in. Actually, my experience behind the screen is really tremendous. We're really great, and this is a very good community to be in the first place. Based on the guests we had, Brett and Evan, those are the very nice. They were so nice, and actually, the produce that show was so easy because everything was coordinated, and they were left, right. Everything was just great. They were so good, and I really enjoy working with them. Yeah, thank you.
That's right. And then we also then after Evan, we had Jamel Cruz, who has built, not just any business, but he has business and adapted and created a whole line of leaders behind him and behind his team. And so, what's your experience with Jamil, Joe? Because you have worked with him, you have a long history with him.
Jamil has been a very strong supporter of the chamber. When we started the chamber, Jamil was one of the first ones that said, "Let's do this," So I'm willing to support. So he, came on board and kind of worked with us in that capacity. And then he moved on to do his thing. And so he still continues to be a strong supporter of the chamber. He's always willing to, come on the show or participate, invite people to the chamber. He sends people to the chamber all the time. So, and that's what, kind of resonates with what Michael was saying earlier, that whether people serve or didn't serve, they're very strong supporters of the cause of what we're doing, and that really brings happiness to us, because whether someone has veteran experience or non-veteran experience, but is their authenticity, their desire to support our community, that's what comes across. So we're very happy to work with Jamil and to continue support. Now we are supporting his cause, his program, his leadership program. Yeah, Jamil is one of those people that he moves on to continuing the next steps. So always happy to work with people like that.
Absolutely. And he has built a great community around his own personal business that supports veterans and brings financial readiness for our community. So that's a great program, and we're very happy that he's part of our chamber and supports us. Now, our next guest, right after Jamil, we had an incredible of individuals that actually are, a group of individuals all the way from Texas that came in along with Craig Coulter and his team, the benefits for veterans, and also our sponsor for March, came and talked to us about all the great work that they're doing on behalf of the veteran community and for the disability and all of that. So can you expand on that, Joe? Because you led this conversation primarily with him.
Yes, Greg is again a strong supporter of the chamber. He is our March sponsor, as well as a he's a member of our professional team. So he's participates with the chamber at different levels. But one of the things that Greg and I were talking and we focus on is when someone leaves the military and they're dealing with the VA, when they're working with the VA, how to best reach the veteran benefits ratings. And I know there's a lot of a lot of people that go after that and they want to get their 10%, 20%, 50%, and including myself, some of us reach levels so like it stops, and all of a sudden cannot go any further. And so companies like Greg's, like Pimlar, cannot help guide through in the assistance of, and that's one of the things that I like a lot, because then he brings the attorneys to the table. And when attorneys get involved, things change, things get smoother, things get a little bit better. And then we bring also the doctors and the psychologists and the medical professionals to the table, to the mix, to help justify, help the veteran increase or receive the rating that is appropriate for that individual. So it's always great to work with Greg. And Greg is he's a veteran, but he's also very passionate about what he does. So and by the way, we're going to be setting up a ongoing show with Greg. So we bring veterans who are maybe they're not satisfied with the rating that they have right now, and they want to improve it, or see if there is a way to improve it, or if they, if they, what they got, that's right. And so we're going to be setting that up, and we're looking at Michael and Jimmy for their assistance on kind of coordinating the session, so we can continue doing this at least once or twice a month, so veterans can submit their questions and we can address those during the show, or they can come in and participate in the show. So we'll, um, keep your emails open. We're gonna send the invites soon. So, but that's the next step after April. What we're gonna be doing with Greg.
Fantastic. So you heard it here live. That's a huge breaking news. So coming soon, Pinlard show the kind of like the veteran solutions for veterans who are seeking more support. Then of course we had Renee Carter. Renee Carter was here with her partner as well, uh, Archie, and they talked about employers focused tax credit as well as PMOs and all these great content last week. And so I want to put Michael on the spot and see what was your biggest takeaway from this particular discussion, because it was me watching it from behind the scenes. It was an incredibly just powerful discussion about employer support and also um, employees. How to keep them all in line and satisfied with it.
So as a producer, I deal with similar stuff on, our projects scale up and scale down. And so employees are the most important aspect of any team, any project. And so taking care of them is really important, especially when it comes to legality stuff. So actually, I sat in jury duty a couple weeks ago, and it was on this very topic. The employee was suing the employer because they didn't get their wages and all that kind of stuff. And so I'm sitting there, so during the show, I'm like, I'm learning. So even as a veteran, a small business, the content and the pointers that our guests are providing are helping me out, because now I'm taking that, and I'm in the courtroom, on jury duty. I'm like, yep, if they would have known, if they would have actually met with, you know, uh, Renee and her team, then that employer would not be in hot water that they were in. So it was there was a lot of things, and it comes down to you don't know what you don't know, and so having these experts on the show has really helped me. I think it's helped Jimmy. I think it's helped Laura, Dolly, even Joe. So I'm pretty thankful that we have the level of guests that are coming and sharing their expertise with us every week, every Friday, every Monday, and a couple segments throughout the week. So definitely tune in, give us a like, subscribe to our YouTube channel, because I'm putting a plug in there, but we're definitely about helping the veteran community and sharing the wealth. So whatever somebody's doing in the community, we want to maximize that and share it out there. So definitely give us a follow or share it with others to spread the word. So thank you, Laura. Back to you.
Absolutely. And so yes, and I also always learn a lot. Obviously, that's why I'm here, because I love to learn every time we have a special guest. They all bring something great to share. So now, coming up for April show, we have a great line of experts, career coaching. It's kind of like the April into coaching, or coaching intro April, because we have amazing guests coming to visit. So we have Erica Kelly from Erica Kelly Enterprises, who is a retired also Air Force veteran, and I believe also National Guard. And she's all Army, I'm sorry. And she is also a career coach. I mean, an expert in diversity and inclusion, you name it. We also have Jim Sagona, who's coming to visit and will be sharing with you some great insights about his business, his support for veterans. And then I'm going to put Joe on the spot here. What can you tell us about Scott Leeper, Joe?
Scott and he does a veteran mindset approach, which is amazing. We just had a conversation yesterday. We're working together now as a team under the chamber to bring this forward to those who have any type of trauma, whether it's PTSD, TBI, something like that. And Scott has decided to lead that charge for us in the chamber. So he's going to talk about that, but it's his approach of what he's bringing to the table will help so many people who are dealing with any type of situation, trauma, any type of stress situation, on how to reprogram your mind so the mind can impact your emotions, and those emotions can then turn into positive behaviors. So he's, stay tuned because he's going to be pretty amazing. And also would like to mention something a little bit about Jim, because Jim he's coming in from the real estate arena. He's a very successful real estate agent, and he's working with us to help the veterans achieve the American dream. And that's been one of our Housing for Heroes objectives, is to help veterans and military families achieve the American dream in the best way possible. So Jim is going to be leading our charge in his area, along with other agents and lenders. So yes, stay tuned, because our guests for April, and there's a few more coming, are very powerful, with lots of information, and not just information, but applicable knowledge. Like I would like to echo Michael again in saying that the people that come to the show, they come to the show to share, not to sell, but to share, because they want to get involved. They want to support our community. They want to help those who are like us, veterans, or anyone in the community. Because even though we're the Veterans Chamber, but we are also a community focus. So whether you're a veteran or not veteran, we want to serve. We want to help our community connect with the veterans. We want our veterans to connect with the community. So it's ebbs and flows. It's a balance between giving and taking. So, and that's what we're about. It's about connecting both the community and the veterans, and the veterans with the community. So back to you, Laura.
That,
Thank you.
to put you on the spot, well, I have you right there. Hang in there. What about Nicole Duaux, all the way to Ottawa, Canada? I am so excited to meet someone because we're going international here. I mean, we're going beyond borders. So tell
Well,
us about Nicole and what you have with her.
Well, it's interesting you asked about being global, because Nicole is our first one to kind of respond from outside of the United States, and but we have now in the pipeline someone from Germany, someone from Japan, the ones that want to come on the show, and we have also veterans in the UK who say, I'm now retired, I'm doing this service, I'm moving and now station or working for a company in the UK, but I would like to still continue being involved. So I would like to, kind of leave that to that, so people can come into the show and learn what these veterans who are, U.S. veterans, but now placed in the different parts of the world, and what their resources and their tips and knowledge brings to the table. So stay tuned for that. That'll be a nice surprise. I'm sure you'll like it.
Absolutely. And I am excited when we get to travel beyond just sunny San Diego. And now that we have traveled across all the US and met multiple partners, met incredible resources all the way from Texas to Florida to North Carolina, and all the way to the Midwest. I'm very excited to see what each one of our future guests for April and beyond and so have to offer. So I encourage all of you who are watching and joining us. I'm seeing some great comments from LinkedIn, Facebook, as well as other channels where we are broadcasting live. Please post your comments. Tell us where you're watching. Make sure that you click follow and share, because that's how we're going to be able to grow and bring you amazing programming and continue to bring great veterans around the world who bring you resources at no cost or a modest cost, or even if it's a cost, but it's resources that are well worth it of your investment, because I know Joe does a great job at vetting to make sure that it's all uh, good and effective and mission driven for the Veteran Chamber of Commerce. Yeah, there's our website, and if you yourself have a product, have a research, have the need to share it and wants us to help your broadcast, please go to our website and confirm, and we will make sure that you come on live here with our co-host Shelly, myself, or the entire team, and we'll bring you on live every Friday, 1 p.m. Pacific time, 4 p.m. Eastern time, and so that we can showcase with the rest of the veteran community your product and your resource, and we can continue to help veteran families, communities, and just the military overall as one unit. Anything else, Joe or Jimmy, Michael? You guys want to?
Oh, thank you. Yes, I would like to also thank you, Laura. This format was actually the idea or the brainchild of Laura. Laura is our host for the show, and she said we should do this. And we're always willing to try new things, and that's what we like about our team. We're always willing to experiment and try. So this was an awesome idea, Laura. Thank you very much. But also would like to give our thanks and recognize the rest of our team, which is Shelly. Shelly is another host for the show. She's extremely busy. Sometimes she's here and there, but she also runs our Orange County and Inland Empire Chamber of Commerce chapter, as well as a professional networking sessions. So she's in charge of that. So she has many that she collaborates with us. So we appreciate her time, and we ask that to be everywhere with us because time is limited. But I want to recognize her for her tremendous impact and involvement with the chamber. Also, Dali runs our Monday tips, right? And on Monday tips, and she's excellent at that. She does her Monday. So every participant in the show gets a second chance to recap what was in the show. So after they come to the show, then Dali connects with them to do the 5-minute tips, and so she runs that on, and she leads that for us, and so we're very thankful for that. So and the rest of our team, I mean, everything we do here at the chamber is for the benefit of all, and and for the highest good, but it's all of us working together. I mean, we have few people us on the screen, but we have 25, 30 people more that are doing all the things. We have ambassadors like Lori in Florida, Eileen in Texas. I mean, and Carlos in California, and on and on and on. But it takes a village, not just a team, a village, to be able to bring all these resources together. So I just wanted to say thank you, Laura, for this idea. That was great. I love it. In our comments, I see that everybody likes it. Thank you, Jimmy, for being willing to learn what Michael has to offer. Michael, thank you for your expertise on this show. Michael is a guru on video stuff. I have no idea how those things work, nor do I want to learn, because Michael is good to do that. So anyways, that's it. Thank you.
And so now we definitely look forward. So we'll continue to watch April continue behind this Jimmy and Michael leading the second, and of course Leah and myself co-hosting as we go moving into April and then May. And once again, we'd like to invite you to complete a form so that you can be our guest. You can help us identify additional resources for the veteran community so that we can continue to make an impact for everyone else. So, and then go ahead, Joe.
I mean, also, I'm very grateful for the audience that we have, and our chamber has grown tremendously. Even though we are not really counting, but Chamber has so many people collaborating with us, and we saw a few of them here, but also wanted to give a shout out to Cougar from Vet Talks, the strong supporters, and then Hotshot is also is he's awesome to work with. So thank you, Cougar, for your participation, and there's so many, and it's so many out. So we would like to bring him back and give us an update. But thank you, Laura, for the show. Really appreciate it. Thank you for letting me talk so much. I'll stop
But
now.
you're now part of our co-hosting team, so that's great. And look, Jamil is on today, so thank you, Jamil, for coming over and supporting. We were just talking about you, by the way. But thank you so much for this. So we look forward again. Please make sure that you follow, like, and share. This is the Veterans Radio Show. We are here every Friday at 1 p.m., 4 p.m. Eastern Time. We look forward to your support as we continue to do live segments to bring you impactful resources that make a difference in the veteran community. Subscribe, like, and share. Thank you so much to the rest of the team, and we look forward to seeing you next Friday with our guests. Thank you.